Welcome to episode 3. Today, we're going to take on a posture of peace by leaning back and resting in the truth that we do not serve a God of confusion. Hi, I'm Lindsay Van Zale. Posture is a podcast that serves as a short, audible fist pump to remind you that God is in everything. Together, we're going to be emboldened to take a daily posture of perfect peace. 1 Corinthians 14:33 says, "For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace." Other translation says, God is not an author of confusion, but of peace. Does confusion, or lack of clarity even, become a barrier for you to move forward? When you're faced with a challenge or a hard decision, or maybe even a disappointment, do you find yourself saying things like, "This is so confusing," or "I'm just so confused right now"? I've recently found myself in a state of complete overwhelm, and I was saying those things. I was struggling to find clarity about what next steps to take. I felt very confused about what decisions were the right decisions for me in a situation, and I just kind of surrendered to the state of being confused. That kind of became my excuse for not moving forward, my excuse for not getting things done, my excuse for putting off things that needed to be done. And my mentor Pedro pointed this out to me. He said, but wait, you don't serve a God of confusion. The Bible says that God is not an author of confusion. So if God is not authoring your confusion, who is? Perhaps it's the enemy himself who wants to keep us from moving forward in this life. Now still, I felt a little bit of a tension with that because I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? How do I become not confused? And then Pedro said this, and it completely changed my whole mindset around confusion. He said, look, if God is not an author of confusion, and you're of God because you're in Jesus and Jesus is in you, then confusion is not your inheritance. It's not really a legitimate state of being for you as a person of the kingdom. And if that's the case, then perhaps what you're feeling isn't confusion at all. Perhaps what you're feeling is what growth feels like. When we're up against challenges, when we're needing to push through barriers and pull down walls, the enemy would love nothing more than us to become confused, to suddenly feel like we lack the clarity in order to move forward and push those barriers down. But perhaps what we're feeling is not so much confusion, but it's the stretching and it's the expanding of our capacity that growth brings. So today I want to encourage you. If you're feeling confused, if you're feeling like you lack clarity around your purpose or just the day-to-day tasks that you're supposed to take on, if you're feeling like you don't really have what it takes to make the hard decision that you have to make or to take on the challenge that's in front of you, I want you to reconsider. You don't serve a God of confusion. God is not authoring that over you. He's not authorizing confusion over you. And if that's the case, perhaps what you're feeling isn't confusion at all. Perhaps this is what growth feels like. The promise of perfect peace is found in Isaiah 26:3, and in Hebrew it is Shalom, Shalom, meaning complete wholeness, nothing missing, nothing broken. This is who you are in Jesus. Let's declare this together. Today, I am kept in perfect peace. With my whole heart, I trust the Lord. I am strong, I am victorious, I am whole. Remember, friend, you are a living testimony of Jesus' ultimate win. Not because of anything you did, but because of what he did for you. With every step you take today, you're putting Jesus' victory on display and Satan's defeat on replay.